Live from the virtual Texas Motor Speedway, Cole Martin on the pole for today's 9th round of PSES. I'm Rick James here to bring you uninterrupted green flag coverage of all 110 laps of today's action. 165 miles. That says 175, but that's incorrect. We'll look past that. 20 to 30 laps will be our expected pit window. TM Bama says Rick James in the house. Jay Ray says P6, let's go. A lot of interest here. Bringing up these points are points leader Ed Shearer in the number 18 Mobil 1 Tundra, starting third, leading Jake Roll by 10. That's it, 10 units. And there's Jake Roll in the number 54 Extra Gum Tundra to his outside, getting ready to start this race. Dr. Bush in the chat with a couple of checkered flags. He's ready to go. Martin on the pole. Austin Reedy to his outside in the number 11 Nilla Wafers Camaro. Coming to the line to start round 9 from the Lone Star State. Waiting for the signal. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. First lap complete at the Texas Motor Speedway. So far, so good. 16, 18, 19, your top three. Cole Martin, Ed Shearer, Jake Roll sitting in third, but now looking at Austin Reedy on the outside, side by side with the 54 into turn 3. I'm asking Cape if I said Tundra instead of Supra, and I must really want a Toyota Tundra, because apparently I said it twice. Toyota's all the same. Two Toyotas in the top 3 right now. Ed Shearer and Jake Roll running second and third. Shearer in that Mobil 1 18 scheme. Giving you Jeremy Mayfield vibes in that one. And then Jake Roll behind him in the number 54 Extra Supra, with Austin Reedy behind him in the Old Dale Jr. Nilla Wafers scheme with an 11 on the side. Reedy rocking the number 11 Camaro, rounding out the top 5. Nick Gowan in the U.S. Navy Chevrolet. In the 6th position, Brooklyn's Nick Pressey rocking the number 94 Estetes Ford Mustang. Jamie Haynes behind him. Haynes rocking the number 53 Bommarito Chevy. Jason Keffer running one of the fastest times in practice. Keffer in the number 33 Sir Walter Chevy. Adam Rowe, one of 2 Canadians in that number 84 Freightliner Chevrolet. I was saying earlier that the 84 car really gives off some strong NASCAR Thunder 2003 vibes. Adam politely reminding me that it's the Kyle Larson vibe there, not the NASCAR Thunder vibe. So much for nostalgia. Bama Tram in the chat says, hey Rick, how's my fave Mama Falls? So happy to have you here night after night. One of my biggest fans. Love you, Mama. Enjoy the show. You haven't missed a thing. I'm doing well. Thank you, ma'am. At the front, Cole Martin still leading the 18 of Ed Shearer. Jake Roll stays in third, and Austin Reedy comfortably sitting behind him. The status quo hasn't changed in the top 4. In that 5th spot, Nick Gowan remains in the U.S. Navy Camaro, but in 6th, Nick Pressey starting to close that gap, only half a second behind. Adam Rowe, right now, rocking the 9th spot. He's just a couple of tenths behind the number 53 car of Jamie Haynes. Rounding out the top 10 in the number 51 Snickers Camry, Jovi Ray. Finding Sean Burke in the 224, getting up way too close. Jacob NASCAR 88 now following. Welcome, Jacob NASCAR 88. Thanks for triggering that little Pikachu emoji. I love that thing. It's adorable. More Than a Cape says Texas needs a repave or some PJ1. Talking about the possible lack of grip, I imagine, Cape. And these drivers saying that it's a real skating rink out there. So far, the top 5 seems to have, well, the top 4 seems to have a good grip. Nick Gowan, you wouldn't say straggling out of the top 5. There's 6th, Nick Pressey, but there's 5th, there's 4th, Jake Roll. We were talking about Jovi Ray. He's moved up 5 spots since the race started, currently rocking the 10th position right now. Cape and Jacob making friends in the chat, loving it. Sean Burke in the 224 trying to get up close, but he's got Mike Everidge behind him. Everidge in that number 14 Chevy getting well loose, skating up the racetrack. Chuck Mosley Jr. in the number 89 Gatorade Chevy taking notice and getting up closer. Bobby Reynolds in the number 10 Chevy sitting in the 14th position, looking like one of the Stacker, no, that's the Mellow Yellow, the Stacker 2 cars behind him. Bobby Reynolds rocking the mellow yellow colors, and then Jose Ruiz behind him in the number 23 Stacker 2 Chevrolet. Very nostalgic Kenny Wallace vibes there. Bud Scherer sitting 16th, up 2 spots from where he started in the number 93 True Value Chevrolet. No relation to Ed Scherer up front, different spellings. Coming into this race, Bud Scherer not very high up in the points, just here for the fun of it. We'll see how far Bud can come in this first race. Another driver coming up is Stephen Harris in the Bass Pro 78. Harris now to the inside of Jorge Rincon, this for the 17th position. Side by side down the back straight. Rincon around the outside in the Haviland Chevrolet. He takes 17th from Harris. And then Chris Fathke in 19th, almost a full second behind this battle. The Boise State Chevrolet up 1 spot from where he started. The biggest dropper of the night has to be Mo Burnett in 20th spot. The number 8 Caterpillar Chevrolet, fast in practice, but just Deb Hutchins behind him in the wicked number 82 Chevrolet. And the car itself isn't wicked. The sponsor itself is wicked. And if you haven't seen the musical, do yourself a favor. Go see Wicked. It's a great show. At the front, just a half second apart, Cole Martin leads this race. 5/10 between himself and Ed Scherer rocking the 2nd position. There's the 18 Tundra. With Austin Reedy behind him in 3rd, Scherer has fallen off the pace. And Reedy has gotten just a little bit closer, looking at the gap over the last 5 laps between Reedy and Scherer. There you can see, well, that's to Gowan. Let's go up 1 there. There's Reedy and Scherer. You can see that Scherer has been slower for 5 out of the last 5 laps. But here comes Nick Gowan in the 88. Gowan now to the inside of Austin Reedy, trying to take 3rd, and he edges him into the 3rd corner. And he's got the position headed into 4. Martin, Scherer, Gowan, now your top 3 at Texas. Bud Scherer in the number 93 getting up closer. He's starting to make ground as well. Jose Ruiz in the number 23 Stacker 2 Chevy having his mirror full of Bud, running a couple of the fastest laps Scherer has. And here comes Ruiz now to the inside of Mike Everidge. This the battle for 14th. Everidge tries to come down on the 23. He gets a little bit out of sorts and he scoots up high. Everidge down to the 15th position. And at the front, the battle for the lead has gotten even hotter because Nick Gowan has taken 2nd away from Cole Martin. from Ed Shearer, excuse me. Shearer sliding back. There's the battle there. You can see the first caution's out. Just Sean Burke having an incident here as there's a big crash there. The 28's been involved. Deb Hutchins just getting involved there. The 224 of Sean Burke with no front end and looking like a modified. Kind of losing my place there as we were monitoring that battle for a second, but let's go back and have a look here because this was a big crash out of 2. Oh, it started with the 89 car that just turned right into Burke. Bam! Nailed by the 28 of Jorge Rincon. There's Deb Hutchins getting a piece of that at the end. One more look here. That was the 89 of Chuck Mosley Jr. Let's have a look here at the 89. Here he is coming out of 2. 3 wide out of the second corner. The 89 slams the wall, gets right into the 224. Let's have one more look here. Let's actually take a look from the cockpit view. I want to take a look at the hands and see just what happened. You can see he did everything possible. Here comes Deb Hutchins. She's got nowhere to go on this one. Bam. Right into the 28. And poor Deb Hutchins, just an innocent bystander. She ends up collecting that 28. And that's all she wrote there. So the 224 in big trouble. Cole Martin still being scored as the leader coming down pit road for tires and fuel. First yellow flag, or is he just leaving pit road? He is just leaving pit road now. So let's bother the race leader, Cole Martin. See how he's doing this evening. See how he fancies his chances to win. Cole Martin, Rick James in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Cole, you're leading this race. It's been an exciting 20 laps so far. Nick Gowan has been on a tear up the racetrack. Is he going to be tough to defend?
Yeah, he's gonna be a tough one. He's known for saving his tires pretty good here, so I think he's maybe a tad bit better than me, but I think I can hold him off.
1 to go next time by. Holding him off is one thing, but saving your tires is going to be quite another. They say about 20 to 30 laps is going to be the pit window on tires, but if it comes down to it, Cole Martin, at how many to go do you say I'd rather have track position?
Probably about, I'd say under 5 laps.
With 5 to,
Six
even
laps,
that
yeah.
short, with 5 to go, you'd rather have tires over track position coming up to 5 to go.
Yeah, because you're gonna be plowing tight. It's gonna be, I mean, it's gonna be risky, but I think it might be worth it.
Only one way to find out, so we'll keep an eye on you so far. And now the most important question of the evening, Cole Martin, what is your favorite flavor of cake?
I have to say, probably chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. Good answer. Keeping it classic as well. All right, buddy. Best of luck, Cole. We'll talk to you soon.
Great, thanks, man.
Thank you, Cole Martin. More than a cape cheering on for Cole, also saying if that car ain't blue, he ain't repping Boise State. They do love their football up in Idaho. So we're going to get 1 to go this time by. Cars are going to double up, and fans at home, that's going to give us a chance to go ad-free for 21 minutes. So we're going to take a quick 60-second break while nothing's happening on track. We will be back for the restart of PSES at Texas. Subscribers on Twitch that are still live, thank you so much for your subscription. Stay tuned. It is because of subscriptions like yours that we can actually, take these 60-second breaks, go ad-free for 21 minutes, and your subscriptions keep you ad-free. Stay with the action. We appreciate you so much. Lights are out on the pace car through Texas 4. This restart being brought to you by the good folks over at di9Designs, waiting for that pace car to peel off. 16, 18, inside, outside, getting ready for the restart at Texas. Green flag is out. First lap after green complete. Cole Martin leads Austin Reedy, then Nick Gowan into the third corner. Jovi Ray up 11 spots from where we started. The number 51 Snickers Camry all the way up to the fourth spot. I said Camry, that's a Supra. It's a Toyota regardless. I'm going to name every Toyota brand by the end of the night. We're going to find out soon enough. But Jovi Ray, good on him so far. Nick Pressey from Brooklyn, New York, on the back end of the top 5, holding off Jason Keffer in the number 33 Sir Walter Chevy. But now here comes Ed Shearer in the number 18 Supra to the inside of Stevie Harris. Despite losing a spot, Harris up 13 positions from where he originally started. You know what, Kate? Let's do that. Rather than, he says Toyota Celica in the chat, rather than properly call these cars Supras, let's just call them every other Toyota that isn't a Supra. So next time it'll be a Celica. There's Jovi Ray in the number 51 Toyota Tercel. Cole Martin leading in the number 16 Hype Chevy Silverado. You know what? Let's just do it for all of them. Chevy Silverado while we're at it. Austin Reedy in the number 11 Chevy Caprice. There's Nick Gowan in the Chevy Geo Metro 88 Navy car. On a serious note, here's Reedy now to the inside of Cole Martin. This for the lead. Reedy taking the Nilla Wafers Camaro to the inside of the 16. Can he make it stick down the back? Still has the 16 hanging on by a thread, but now he clears him into 3. Austin Reedy, new leader at Texas. If I see a Yugo on the track, I'm done. You know what? You heard it here first, Cape. You and I, we're going to write to iRacing, and we're going to say we want Yugos in this game. And we're going to take Yugos on that new hill climb. You and me, buddy, we're going to get that done. Jamie Haynes, a 1/10 of a second behind Stevie Harris. This is the battle for the 8th position. The number 53 Bomberito Bowtie working on the Chevy up ahead. That number 78 Bass Pro Black Rifle Camaro of Steve Harris. Fathke's moving up through the field, up 7 spots from where he started in the 13th position. The Boise State number 27 getting a mirror full of Mike Everidge, and up ahead, Jose Ruiz working on the Canadian Bud Shearer. Jake Roll rounding out the top 10 in the number 54 Extra Supra. He's got time by himself, so we're going to ride, let's say we're going to roll with Jake Roll for a lap around the track here. Watch his hands and see just how smooth he is when he's by himself. I know it's a sim, but I just love hearing the sound of that race car. It sounds fantastic. L Joyner 85 says, my money on the 51. Joyner cheering for Jovi Ray in the number 51 Snickers Toyota Tercel, just ahead of the number 88 Chevy Woody station wagon of Nick Gowan. Jason Keffer in the Chevy Cavalier rocking the 5th position. Austin Reedy still leading this race, now 0.6 of a second ahead of Cole Martin. Remember, these drivers will be able to go about 20 to 30 laps on one fuel run. Last pitting on lap 18, now up to lap 32. I can't do the math, but hopefully somebody that can will tell me in the chat how many laps until we should expect them to pit. Quick math says that we should expect them to pit right around between lap 38 and 48. We'll see how far they go. Cole Martin telling us earlier that it is going to be a tire management game tonight. Perhaps that's what the 16 is doing, just hanging back through the field. While we're following this theme of saying the wrong model of car all throughout the night, More Than a Cape says, do we have any Ford Pintos in the field? We do. Brooklyn's Nick Pressey rocking the number 94 Estates Ford Thunderbird as he takes his Taurus out of turn number 2 and brings that Ford Edge towards turn 3. L. Joyner says probably around 45 if I had to guess. Yeah, that's actually right where we're thinking. In these next 10 laps is where we're going to see a majority of pit stops coming through. Nick Pressey trying to hold off Jamie Haynes, but the 53 Bommarito car now making a move to the inside on Pressey. Jake Roll in the number 54 Extra Supra. He's got Stephen Harris coming up behind him. Harris in the number 78 Monte Carlo getting up close to the number 19 Toyota RAV4 of Jake Roll. Haynes further up ahead in the 53, but Roll, is he hanging back? Is he saving those tires? The 54 able to keep a comfortable gap ahead of Harris, but hasn't really been caning it, as you might say, around this racetrack. Roll's been doing a good job of conserving the car where he needs to. Still plenty of race to go. We're approaching the final 70 laps at Texas. Cole Martin in the number 16 Chevy getting a mirror more and more full of Jovi Ray in that flaming Snickers Supra. The number 51 being followed by Nick Gowan, who was the fastest car before caution, and Gowan seems to be picking up the pace. The number 88 Navy Chevrolet over the last 5 laps. Not consistently quicker, but there goes Ray into the wall. Gowan to the inside, and he takes 3rd place away from 51 Jovi Ray. Jovi Ray now having to pick up the pieces of losing control of the car. More Than a Cape calling out the Chevy Chevette. Chevrolet did make a lot of cars back in the day, didn't they? We actually have 3 Chevys on the podium right now. Austin Reedy leading in the number 11 Chevy Bel Air. The number 224 coming back on track. That's Sean Burke. In that number 224 Camaro. And I mean, credit for trying, but doesn't that bring you back to the 90s when a car would come out with no fenders on it, no hood, but still be out there turning laps? Good on the 224. Good effort for trying there. Back to the front, though. Cole Martin has been closing this gap on Austin Reedy. Nick Gowan in the third position, kind of hanging back. Jovi Ray getting closer to that 88. But the 11 car, how long will it be before he can actually fend off? That's the run from the 16. That last time by. You can see Martin was slower by 0.2 of a second, but for 3 out of the last 5 laps, Cole Martin has been quicker than Austin Reedy. We'll see what the timetable says this time around. Cole Martin trying to get just a little bit closer, possibly trying to squeeze the pressure just a little harder. The number 16 Hyperice Chevy crosses the line in second. He's back by 0.7 that last time by. Reedy was quicker by almost 0.2. So Austin Reedy back on his job. He is pulling away now to the tune of 0.8 of a second ahead of Cole Martin. Pit stops soon coming through. Ed Shearer, the number 18 Mobil 1 Chevy, he's now within 0.1 of Jason Keffer, who is inside now. I really hope it's not Kiefer, because if it's Keffer, I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. Shearer gets to the inside of the 33 effortlessly. Jose Ruiz in the number 23 Stacker 2 car, now to the inside of Steve Harris. This for 10th. Harris still holding off. Ruiz on the outside. Harris will have the momentum out of 4. Ruiz will have the shorter distance around the corner, and he's looking to take Bobby Reynolds with him in the 10. Now to the inside. 78 still well ahead. Bit of a blink from Stephen Harris there, but Reese using the draft to get closer. Will they use the 224 as a pick? No. 78, 23, 10, 10th, 11th, and 12th. In the running order. Now here comes Ruiz to the outside, almost contact there. Bit of a scary moment, but everybody makes it through mostly unharmed. Chris Fathke also in a battle. He is just a couple of tenths behind Bud Shearer. Shearer currently holding the 14th position. Fathke right behind him in 15th. Here comes Fathke, now to the inside of Shearer. Fathke edging him for 14th, but he can't hold the line. Washing up the track, and that Boise State Broncos Chevy manages to get ahead of Bud Shearer. Looked like Shearer was just letting off the gas to avoid an accident. Smart driving. Back at the point, Cole Martin falling off the pace to Austin Reedy, but Reedy has been keeping it a consistent 0.7 of a second between himself and Cole Martin, while Nick Gowan still holds on to third and is closing the gap up to car 16. More than a cape asking who the hell left their Chevy Monza parts on pit road. Ed Shearer rounding out the top 5. He finds himself almost 2 seconds behind Jovi Ray in 4th. And look at Jake Roll, who's moving up the racetrack, now moving up through the running order. Jamie Haynes. That puts Roll in the 7th position, but here comes Haynes to the inside of Roll into 3. This the battle for 6th, for 7th. Bud Shearer bringing his 93 True Value Chevy down pit road while these two battle for the 7th spot. Jake Roll just ahead of Jamie Haynes. Haynes keeping the Bommarito Chevy tight to the inside, still side by side down the back straight. If you've just recently joined us, I'm Rick James bringing you uninterrupted green flag coverage from the virtual Texas Motor Speedway. You're watching round number 9 of PSES Xfinity. Jake Roll easily clearing Jamie Haynes, stays in 7th. Now Jason Kiefer 1.5 seconds ahead of Roll. 1 second ahead of Kiefer is Ed Shearer in the 5th spot. catching up to Jovi Ray bit by bit. If we take a look at the time gaps there over the last 5 laps, you can see Jovi Ray quicker or slower for 4 out of the last 5, and this time by Scherer quicker for 5 out of the last 5 laps, closing the gap up to Jovi Ray. Let's ride along with Ed Scherer. You can hear just how deep he's decelerating into the corner, so much so that Jovi Ray has expanded the gap between himself and 5th place Ed Scherer out to 2 seconds. Ray up 11 spots from where he started his race. He is the biggest mover thus far. Stevie Harris, the second biggest mover, in 12th. He's up 9 spots from where he started. Jose Ruiz up ahead in the number 23. Stacker 2 Chevy. Bobby Reynolds up ahead in 9th. Both of these drivers have been working in tandem all night long, simultaneously through the field. Here they are now ahead to the inside of the 84, trying to take Nick Pretzi's 8th position. The Brooklyn native started in 8th, sitting in 8th, and now here comes Bob Reynolds, trying to move up from 9th. Reynolds now to the inside of Pressey, and he will effortlessly take the 8th position away from the Brooklyn native. Will Ruiz be as lucky out of turn number 2? He will. More Than a Cape saying, bad part about chewing extra gum, you have to chew 10 pieces to keep the flavor for more than 5 minutes. He says, I miss Stacker 2. Such awesome commercials. And the Wolf Pups crew is in the chat as well. What's going on, folks? Glad to have you all here. Austin Reedy still leading, but now here comes Gowan. This the move for the lead. Gowan to the inside, takes it from Reedy. 54 laps into this race. Nick Gowan, new leader at Texas. Reedy now to the inside, trying the crossover out of 4. Reedy's not done. He wants a piece headed into the corner. But will the nil away for Crumble out of the second corner. That's the 89 of Chuck Mosley Jr. coming out of pit road, and Reedy will not be able to keep fighting. Nick Gowan has sole possession of the lead. T in the chat with a hashtag Wolf Pumps, joining Bama Trama as well. Mama Vols. 55 laps now complete. 55 laps to go. We've reached halfway in the 9th round of PSES Xfinity. There's the gap between 1st and 2nd as the cautions just come out. Jake Roll has had a crash out of the top 10. The number 54 with a huge incident. You can see the hood's been pushed up. Let's go back and see what exactly brought out the caution. Jake Roll just left pit lane. This was in the middle of green flag pit stops. Still waiting for something to happen to Jake Roll here. Perhaps it went back a bit too far. Oh, there it is right there. Roll gets squirrely out of 4. But he keeps it moving. And still no caution, but it's about this time here that Roll's going to have an incident. Makes contact with the apron. He's already losing the car. And there goes Jake Roll for a ride. Safe. What a nice save by Jake Roll. Let's have a look on the inside. his hands must have been working overtime. Great save by Jake Roll, so that's going to put Mike Everidge in the lead. The Melbourne, Kentucky pilot sitting at the front of the field, but still pit stops to be made. Cole Martin actually making those pit stops right now, but he won't win the race off pit road. That honor going to Nick Gowan in the 88 car. So Everidge going to be at the front of this race. T saying great save in the chat, and I agree wholeheartedly. Second caution of the evening just past the halfway point. Driver's going to come down for tires and fuel. This is a good time to bring up those points. There you see Ed Shearer at the top. Jake Roll, who was just involved in that accident, bringing out caution number 2, sitting second in points by only 10 markers. Jamie Haynes currently running in the 7th position, sitting third in the points, about 22 points off of Jake Roll and the rest of that running order. The points brought to you by the good folks over at di9Designs. di9Designs, the Chase Elliott custom graphic design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at di9Designs. They post graphics on all platforms multiple times a week, on top of taking requests on all types of logos, Chase Elliott wallpapers, iRacing schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use discount code di9Designs on CircleBSales.com for free shipping on all your diecast and merch orders over $20. Nick Gowan being scored as the leader with a couple other drivers still ahead, waiting to get their pit stops in. Let's have a word with Nick Gowan and see how his race is going for him so far. Vols fan hosting the stream. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so very much. That noise scared the life out of me. Let's bother Nick Gowan. Nick Gowan, Rick James in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got you loud and clear.
Nick, you're leading this race, and you have been the fastest car in the first half of competition. You still have another, let's say, 50, a little less than 50 laps to go when you take the green here. Is this a race-winning car?
I believe so, especially if we can, I mean, the last couple long runs, we've definitely kept our speed up higher than most others. So feeling pretty good that we have a winning car, yeah.
Who's the toughest challenge on the racetrack tonight, Nick?
At the moment, it's Reedy. I know Jake got some damage early on. Cole, I think, touched the wall a little bit too. I don't know where he is at the moment, but he, Reedy, I think, is going to be the guy to beat here.
Cole Martin restarting in the 5th spot. He said that tires are going to come at a premium. That's what's going to matter. Are you on the same mindset?
Absolutely.
With how many to go, will you take tires versus stay on track position?
Hard to say. We'll just have to see how that plays out. I mean, we're getting a caution about every 20 to 30 laps or so maybe there might be one more that'll save all of us. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. And now the most important question we're going to ask you all night, Nick Gowan. What is your favorite flavor of cake?
Lemon pound cake.
Lemon pound cake. You know, we were talking to Cole earlier. He said chocolate cake. So good spectrum there. One sweet and one fruit. I like it. Best of luck, buddy. Hopefully we talk to you at the end, Nicky.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nick Gowan in the number 88, a fan of lemon pound cake, and he'll be taking the green flag in first place next to the lemon-colored car of Austin Reedy, the number 11 Nilla Wafers Chevrolet, to his outside. Waiting for the signal. The pace car peels off. 50 laps to go at Texas, and we're green. big wreck out of the second corner there. A couple of cars going around. Still smoke up in the air. That was Austin Reedy in the 11 who went around second place. In that 11 car, you can see heavy marks, heavy damage to the back end. Oh, close to the 93 of Bud Shearer there. Reedy's going to soldier on, but you can see the back end of the 11 Nilla Wafers Chevy hasn't been pushed in deep. Let's go back a lap after the green flag here and take a look at the 11 car. Here's the restart. Austin Reedy falling well behind already, but the 88 got a sensational jump. Was it contact from the 18? Let's look close. None at all. Oh. The 11 just lost it and slams the car hard into the wall. Back on song. Reedy's going to try and make his way back through this field, but he has got a lot of work to, his work cut out for him. He's got a lot of work to do here. The Delaware driver getting loose out of the fourth corner now with messed up downforce on the back of that Camaro. I don't know how he's going to contend. Here comes the 93. Gotten into the 11. Reedy's gone around in turn one. Glove save from the pilot of the Nilla Wafers Chevy. Unbelievably done. What a way to save that by Reedy. Let's have a look. Let's back this up. Oh, come on. Save it, Austin. Almost more contact, this time with the 89 of Chucky Mosley. Reedy holding on to that. T in the chat says a lot of guys would have brought that back down the track. Not Austin Reedy. 2 incidents in 2 laps. Still in 15th, but holding on to that Nilla Wafer Chevy. Deb Hutchins now behind him. Great save. At the front, Ed Shearer in the number 18 Mobil 1 Supra. More Than a Cape says, what can I say? I have the best drivers. Reedy doing a fantastic job there. Kirby giving me props earlier in the chat. Thank you, Kirby. I appreciate you. He says you're the man, brother. Appreciate you. Love you, buddy. Jovi Ray up to the 3rd spot now. Driver of the number 51 Snickers Supra. Putting 2 Supras on the podium thus far, approaching the final 40 laps of racing. There goes the 51. Jamie Haynes a full second behind the number 53 Bomberito Ford, just ahead of Jason Kiefer. Or is it Keffer? Will somebody correct me, because I do not like knowing that I'm pronouncing his name wrong, potentially. I don't know if it's Kiefer or Keffer, but whoever he is, Jason rounding out that top 5. Brooklyn's Nick Pressey closing the gap, just a half second behind him. Nick Pressey with an average finish of 8th, despite just having a few PSES races under his belt. And while we're talking about drivers coming through, we're supposed to have a guest here. We're going to bring him through one way or the other. Whether you like it or not, Byron, get in here. If you can hear me, buddy. The 54 of Nick Pressey still in that 6th position. We've got Reynolds behind him in 7th. Jose Ruiz sitting in the 8th spot. Stephen Harris has climbed 12 spots from where he started this race. Harris finding himself in 12th. We've been rather unkind. Jorge Rincon sitting in the 21st position, down 52 laps, still getting repairs from that heavy, heavy crash, that first yellow that took him out. We'll keep you updated on Rincon as the night goes on. Shearer still leading this race, but Nick Gowan closing that gap he said that Austin Reedy was going to be his toughest competition. Well, now his toughest competition is the 18 Super that's up ahead. Gowan has been the fastest car all night long as far as the best times all night are concerned. Gowan doesn't necessarily have the fastest lap all night. That honor goes to the 18 of Shearer with a 30:45, but he's been the most consistent, and over the last 5 laps, Gowan quicker for 3 out of the, Shearer quicker for 3 out of the last 5. Now Gowan quicker for 3 out of the last 5, and Nicky Gowan on the back end of Ed Shearer inside the final 40 laps. Now introducing a great friend of mine, a great friend of the community, Mr. Byron Jones. Welcome to the booth, buddy. Glad to have you here. How have you been enjoying the race so far?
Man, it's been awesome to watch. I mean, Edward Shearer right now out in the lead, being able to hold a steady pace with Gowan all over him, man. It's been amazing. So glad. Thank you for having me up here tonight.
Well, we're on the back end of this one, and the 88 car has been so far the darling of the field. No one's been able to hold to a candle to him, but the 88 is a long-run car. Nick Gowan has been really making his way through after the first, 10 laps of running here. So it could be a problem if it comes down to the final 10 laps. But what is Ed Shearer going to do to defend, Byron?
I mean, Edward's got to keep his pace. He can't go too hard, let alone the fact that he's got to save those tires at the same time. Sort of plan on when he wants to come down pit road. A lot of stuff got to go into play. But at the end of the day, he's just got to be consistent.
Out of this fourth corner now. Plans going crazy in the chat for some Wednesday night something. Guys, get a hold of me after the race. I can't read that now. Too exciting what's happening on track. Nick Gowan sitting in second, but now Jovi Ray making his way through this field, Byron, the number 51. Getting closer to the 88. We could have a nice little three-way fight for the lead.
Yeah, that would really shake up a lot of stuff. I mean, you saw Edward and you saw Gowan. Those two have been the front two. Now he comes in and mixes up, maybe has front two runners sort of overdrive their tires, burn them up, and it could hurt them in the long run.
The 51 of Jovi Ray, almost 1 full second ahead of Jamie Haynes. The 53 Bomberito car, 0.8 of a second ahead of Jason Keffer, and Pressey still in 6th. Rounding out the top 10, Mike Everidge in the number 14 Chevy. He's got Boise State fan Chris Fathke coming up behind him. Bud Shearer rocking the 12th position right now with Mo Bennett behind him in lucky number 13th. Bennett, who was second to last in the first stages of this race, making a resurrection of sorts. Mo Bennett now up to 13th, but Cole Martin, who was the leader during the first caution, second during the second caution, sitting in the 14th position now. The pole sitter in deep trouble. L. Joyner, who recently followed, thanks for the follow, Joyner, says 1, 2, 3 are teammates. Should be interesting. 2 Toyotas and a Chevrolet. Shearer, Gowan, Ray, your top 3. 18, 88, 51. Byron, here comes Nicky Gowan.
Nicky Gowan now looking to the inside on the quarter panel of the 18, side by side, coming through 3 and 4. Nicholas now is going to clear himself off the 18 of Edward Shearer, and we have a new winner here. New leader. Now I'm getting ahead of myself.
79 laps underway. New leader, Nick Gowan in car number 88. Ed Shearer to his inside. Jovi Ray sitting in 3rd. Now, if I'm Jovi Ray, Byron, I've got to think to myself, sit back and let these two burn up each other's tires.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that is exactly what you need. If you can save them, let those two burn it. He's going to be able to drive away within maybe 5 laps if they keep battling.
80 laps underway, 31 to go. Next time by, we've seen drivers can go about 40 laps on a run here, a little more if they stretch it. So expect pit stops inside the final 15 laps. It's going to be all about conservation here, Byron. What can a driver do to conserve these precious resources?
Backing off just a little bit in the corners, allowing your car to roll the center just a little bit longer than you expect. It saves your tires at the same time. It also saves fuel, allowing you to maybe stretch it to the end if they do have enough.
Now, in a green-white checkered situation, or with about 5 to go, we heard these drivers say that they would rather come in and get tires outside 5 to go. To me, that seems just a bit too late. Bud Scherer, one of the two Canadians in the 11th position. His Canadian counterpart, Adam Rowe, in pit road, getting attention to the number 84 Freightliner Chevy. Nick Gowan starting to pull away from the top 3 now. Ed Shearer, 7/10, almost 8/10 of a second behind. Vols fan dapping up Byron and the GOAT. Q-Dog, what is going on? Q, what's up, baby? Glad to have you here. You came in just as this is getting hot. Here's the battle for second. Ed Shearer trying to hold off Jovi Ray. L. Joyner in the chat reminding us these are teammates. Now at a turn number 2. Byron, the 51 to the inside of the 18. This is textbook.
Yeah, on the quarter panel, once again, making the same move in the same exact area. Edward, though, trying to fight everything off he can to not allow him through. But now, here comes the 51 of Jovi Ray. Just seeming like he's not being able to produce speed around the corners. Edward, though, burning up his tires right now.
Tires are going to be king. Ed Shearer on the outside, Byron, but they're still side by side at a 2.
Yeah, neither one of them are wanting to give in on this battle, but one of them's got to cave. Someone's got to give it up, or else they're going to see that leader drive even further off into the sunset.
51 now to the inside. Jovi Ray clearing Ed Shearer. No, Shearer still hanging. Oh, they almost get together at a 2. The professionalism between those two. Look how close they are out of the second corner. Byron, it has got to be tough to race this hard. We're approaching the final 25 laps.
Yeah, Texas is known for one of those tracks to eat up your tires constantly, especially allowing your tires to become loose later in the runs. I haven't seen it happen much here in this race, as now Jovi gets around the 18 of Edward. Got clear air, got clear sights on that leader. It just lost a lot of time, now down to 2 seconds behind the 88 of Nicholas.
Still one more pit stop to go before this race is over. They cannot go the distance on these tires and fuel, but they're one more stop to the good. 88, 51, 18, your top 3. The gap between second and first, almost 2 seconds with 24 laps to go. Shearer still a 10th behind Jovi Ray, but like you said, Byron, they've got to keep it. They've got to keep it in a straight line to catch that leader now that it seems like some green flag pit stops have begun. Jamie Haynes in pit road right now getting tires and fuel, the 53 being serviced. So you could say that the window is now open. Chris Fathke, Bud Shearer, Jake Roll now on the move, but in the 15th spot, Jake Roll finds himself 2 laps down after being involved in that accident. Right now, your lucky dog recipient is Jamie Haynes on his way out of pit road.
And with pit stops starting to happen, you expect to see a few guys make short pit stops. They're going to try to come down and get their gas and fuel as fast as possible. So I would say about 5th on back, the 94 of Nicholas Pressey. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come on down pit road within the next 5, maybe 10 laps.
Brooklyn's Nick Pressey rolling in the 5th position now. Jose Ruiz behind him. Everidge sitting in the 7th position. Mo Burnett, Austin Reedy, and Cole Martin rounding out the top 10. Martin currently the last car on the lead lap. In relation to leader Nick Gowan, there's Gowan now entering turn 4. So if Martin doesn't get a move on, it's not the worst situation because Cole Martin would be the next car to receive the free pass. Not good news for 11th place, Jamie Haynes. But I'll tell you one thing. Jovi Ray is closing the gap up to Nick Gowan, Byron. He's within 1.5 seconds to the leader.
Yeah, I think Jovi keeps doing what he's doing. Don't come down pit road until he absolutely needs to grab gas or tires. Seems like everything is flowing in his direction. Gap slowly increasing. Edward, though, his gap between that 51 is slowly increasing also, which is not what he wants to see.
Debbie Hutchins has gone around. Yellow flag is out at Texas, and big damage for the number 82 Wicked Chevrolet. Deb Hutchins at her home track with heavy collisions there. And always love and blessings to Deb Hutchins. This young lady good enough to have her logo, my logo, Frozen Toes logo, and Atlanta Racing's logo on the back end of her number 82 Wicked Chevrolet. Let's go back and have a look and see what happened to Miss Debbie. Coming out of the second corner, Byron, by her lonesome, and it's the same thing that happened to Jake Roll, just getting loose and, wow, head first into the wall. One more look. Let's ride along with Deb Hutchins. Listen to this. And that deafening silence just says it all. Deb Hutchins going to have to come down for repairs. I believe there's one fast repair available, but Deb Hutchins was involved with that first caution with Jorge Rincon when they both came together down the back straight. So Nick Gowan, now your race leader. While drivers are getting tires and fuel, we are going to take a 60-second break. We're going to go ad-free for the next 21 minutes. And then we'll be back for the conclusion of PSES Round 9 from Texas. Don't go anywhere. Jovi Ray kicking it in the second position. Let's have a word with Jovi, see how his evening is going so far. If I could find the appropriate button and bother him. Jovi Ray, Rick James, and Byron Jones up top. You got me?
I got you, brother.
You're sitting in the second position. You've been the only car besides Austin Reedy to be able to hold a candle to Nick Gowan. Gowan's counting on Reedy to be his biggest rival. What can you do to snatch the lead away from the fastest car on track?
I just got to stay with him on this run because at certain points I'm a little bit faster than him, and at certain points he's a little faster than me. I think it's just fresh air at this point.
Drivers are saying that they will still come down for tires even with 6 or 7 laps to go. What is your cutoff?
I don't think I'm a pit after this. I think that was my last one.
So this is it. You're going here all the way to the end, no matter how many cautions.
It depends. If we have a lot, yeah, but if not a lot, I might risk it for the biscuit.
Oh, you got to get the W at Texas, man. Of course. That leads me to the most important question we're going to ask you all night long, Jovi Ray. What is your favorite flavor of cake?
Flavor of cake, vanilla cake.
Vanilla. You know, we've had a good a spread. I think Cole told us chocolate. Nikki Gowan told us lemon pound cake. For some reason.
Cake sounds good.
You know what? That's not terrible, right? It's refreshing. Yeah. Nice summer cake. And then you come in with the classic vanilla. See, I'm boring. I like my cake like my ice cream. Just give me vanilla, but I'm going to load it full of toppings. You know what I'm saying?
All the time, all the time.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, we're going to let you get back to work. We're going to think about cake, and hopefully we see you at the end, bud.
All right, thanks, brother.
Best of luck. Byron, how about you, bro? What's your favorite flavor of cake?
Oh man, I believe it is the red velvet. Yeah, that's what it is. I love me some red velvet cake. Always so good.
You know what I was reading the other day? I don't know how true this is because I did read it on the internet. But red velvet cake is nothing but just chocolate cake. Now,
I
someone
think my
correct me.
heart's been broken.
Well, it's just straight up chocolate cake. I think that's it's some sort of flavoring in there, or I don't know if just seeing it red makes it taste different. Um, but apparently, as the way I understand it, again, if the internet wasn't lying to me, this is a cake that was invented at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, something like that, and it just became famous. I have no idea, but I gotta say, red velvet is one of my favorites, despite it being just straight up chocolate cake, if that really is true.
Now you're gonna make me have to look into that one.
Well, I'll tell you
that
what,
kinda piqued my
Google
interest.
that, Google that, and we'll have an answer by the end. Let's see here. Uh, red velvet cake, more than a cake saying red velvet is nothing but chocolate cake. With red food coloring. Q-Dog saying his favorite cake is strawberry cake. Getting ready to go green here with 15 laps to go. 88 to the inside, 51 to the outside, waiting for the signal, and there it is. Great jump by the 88. Green flag is out.
Joby just barely able to outrun that 18 within the restart. They got the tires, they got the gas, but the question is, how long can they make them stretch? I haven't got to personally see a full run here. I don't know when the tires start falling off, but Joby now has a mirror full of Edward Shearer all right behind him.
Coming into this third corner, Gowan, Ray, Shearer, your top three. Nick Pressey rolling in fourth with Jason Kiefer coming behind him. Cars trying to keep it in a straight line. Down the line, lucky number 13 laps to go. Next time by, Nick Gowan leads. Jovi Ray in second. Here comes Ed Shearer.
Ed Shearer just trying everything he can. 51's getting loose. 51 goes around.
Jovi Ray collected. Big wreck out of turn number 2, and second place, Jovi Ray. Such high hopes to challenge Nicky Gowan for the lead. Mike Everidge is involved. Austin Reedy involved in that crash.
You know, I haven't
Swab
been able to
555 saying Gowan up front. What was that, Byron? We're going to take a look at the crash here.
I was just saying, I mean, I haven't been able to see much, but I've seen constantly a lot of the guys on the new tires they spin it because it's just too cold and they whip it right around.
Nick Gowan still ahead. One more look at the yellow flag here. Jovi Ray just going around at a turn number 2. There it is, and it just seems like he went around by himself. And I'll tell you what, it's happened to the 54 car, and oh, boom, just collected. And there's the hood that goes on the 11 of Austin Reedy. Reedy involved big time, getting nailed by the 8 car. Goodness. The 27 of Chris Fathke nearly avoiding him. So
I think
Reedy
honestly,
out of this race. That's his fast repair, and Austin Reedy, one of the fastest cars done. Jovi Ray sitting in the 12th spot. Is Jovi getting repairs? He's coming down. It looks like Jovi's used a fast repair, so he'll be back in contention. Byron, I keep cutting you off. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
oh, nah, no worries. Yeah, I think it was just the product of him being too aggressive. He saw that gap becoming larger and just tried to push it too much.
Nick Gowan still at the front. Nick Pressey sitting in second, so it's the Nick Jason show. Cole Martin in fourth. Jose Ruiz in the 5th position. Brooklyn's Nick Pressey sitting in the 2nd position. Ads are still off for the next 13 minutes, so we won't take a break here, but we will throw up a poll. And Byron, help me build this one because we have to ask the fans what's their favorite flavor of cake. Let's have a look here. And you said, what was your favorite flavor? Did you tell me?
Red velvet.
Red velvet. That's right. So let's put in the classics. Let's say a vanilla cake, a chocolate cake. What's another popular form? Ice cream cake. That's
What
a good
about
one.
a birthday cake?
Yeah, you know, that's a good one. We'll say ice cream cake. I don't know. I genuinely don't
Carrot
know.
cake?
Carrot's
You
a
like
good one.
carrot cakes?
Carrot's a good one, and we'll say other. You know what? And next to carrot, we'll just put, you know what? Let's say carrot, lemon, and then we'll just put in parentheses fruit and veg, because there are some fruit cakes are delicious, as corny as that might be. So we'll put a fruit and or veg cake. So fans, you've got 10 minutes here. We're coming to 9 laps to go is when we're going to have our green flag here. So your options here for this poll: vanilla chocolate ice cream cake, fruit or veg cake, or other. 10 minutes to answer that one. Now, if it wasn't red velvet, what would be your next favorite?
Vanilla. Those two are my favorite. I get vanilla ice cream all the time. It's just my style.
Suave, I know you're barely getting service up there at the shop, my friend, but I'm glad to have you here. Getting ready to go racing. 9 laps to go is when we're going to restart this race. Once again, a big shout out to the folks at di9Designs, the Chase Elliott custom graphic design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at di9Designs, posting graphics on all platforms multiple times a week, on top of taking requests on all types of logos, Chase Elliott wallpapers, iRacing schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Down the back straight, you've got the 88 of Gowan to the inside, the 94 of Nick Pressey to the outside. Byron, who do you got?
Man, this is a toss-up between the 16 of Cole Martin and the 18 of Edward Shear. Those two have proven to have fast speed within the short runs, as some would call a short run burst. So I think you see those guys making a hard charge fast. But question is, are we going to have another yellow that could prevent that opportunity?
Out of the fourth corner now, the 88 car leading the 33 behind him. Green flag is out, 9 to go at Texas.
Look at that. Nicholas always gets an excellent jump on the restarts. Now already out to 0.4 of a second gap as they are battling side by side right now for position number 2.
Out of the second corner now, Gowan with a fantastic start. Here comes the 33 to his inside. Byron, the 88, starting to pull away now. Here comes the 33 to the inside. Pressey trying to catch up. Here comes the 16 of Cole Martin.
Yeah, Cole now looking to make that hard charge. Has the short burst runs, trying to everything he can now. Muscle at 98. Just seems like he's not able to produce it right now, although he is on that quarter panel coming through 3 and 4.
Gowan, Pressey, Martin coming to the final 7 laps. Robert Reynolds in the 4th position. Good old Bobby holding to the outside of Jason Kiefer. Here comes the 18 of Ed Shearer behind him. Jose Ruiz up 10 spots from where he started in position number 7. 7 to go. Gowan leads by half of 1 second.
Yeah, Cole looking to close that gap just a little bit more now. Nicholas Pressey of that 94 now trying to make a move to the inside, side by side, coming through 3 and 4. Nicholas now has second, trying to charge for first.
Pressey to the inside of Cole Martin. Jason Keffer now to the inside out of turn number 4. Martin holds on for second. Gowan, Martin, Pressey, your top 3. Chevy, Ford, 5 to go. Next time by.
It's just seeming like the way these guys are battling right now, they're not going to be able to produce a run on the 88, which is allowing him to stretch that gap even more. Now out to 7/10 of a second as the 16 and 94 looking to go side by side once again.
So tight, the number 10 has to wash up the racetrack and avoid all of that action. Bobby Reynolds to the outside of Nick Pressey now. Pressey slow on the inside line down to the 4th position, coming to 4 laps to go next time through. Robert now trying to make a move, trying everything he can. Has the draft on down the backstretch, but don't look now. The 18 of Edward Shearer is now in the mirror of the 10 of Robert. Through that 4th corner now, Shearer in the mirror of Bobby Reynolds up ahead in 3rd. Reynolds has moved up 13 spots into the 3rd position, rocking the mellow yellow colors behind Cole Martin. It's just a quarter of a second between 2nd and 3rd, but Nicky Gowan at the front of this field by 1 full-fledged second. Cole Martin into position number 2.
Just looks to seem that second on back doesn't have enough speed to come close to trying to gain time. Even with them all being lined up, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Chevy, Toyota, trying everything they can. 16 now starting to lose momentum as the 10 of Bobby trying everything he can to get around him.
Bob Reynolds holding on to 3rd. He's got Ed Shearer right behind him. Jason Kiefer in the 5th position. Nick Pressey drops down to the 7th spot right there. Jamie Haynes behind him and Jose Ruiz coming up in 9th. Chris Fathke rounding up the top 10. Back to the front. 3 miles remain. Nicky Gowan has control of this race, and it's his event to lose. But look at the fight for 3rd, Byron. It's Martin, Reynolds, and Shearer.
Yeah, Shearer now on the inside, able to clear himself from the 10 of Bobby Reynolds, as now he's looking to make quick work of the 16 of Cole Martin, as now he's on the inside, getting around him. Edward Shearer.
There goes the 10. There goes the 10. Bobby Reynolds saves it. Glove save from the 10 of Bobby Reynolds. They split him out of 4. White flag is in the air. Nicky Gowan leading by almost 2 seconds to Ed Shearer, and the 10 of Bobby Reynolds saves that race car from certain destruction. Best save of the night. Unbelievably well done by that 10 car. Ed Shearer too far back to catch Nicky Gowan. Here comes Jake Roll from 2 laps down up to 4th. Contact with the 33. Jason Keffer now to his inside for the 4th position. Nick Gowan gets the checkered flag out of turn 4. Shearer in 2nd, Martin in 3rd, and Jason Keffer getting 4th with a last lap pass on Jake Roll, who rounds out the top 5. Jamie Haynes, Nick Pressey 6th and 7th. Jose Ruiz comes home in 8th. Bobby Reynolds holds on in 9th. He's probably catching his breath. And Chris Fathke rounding out the top 10. But what a move from Nicky Gowan in that 88 Navy Chevrolet.
Yeah, it seemed like after that last restart, Nicholas just had everything he tried to push for everything he could and was able to produce a win out of that.
Drivers getting a little too aggressive there with the 88, but now Nick Gowan able to do some donuts in celebration. Vols fans saying a heck of a win, more than a cape, cheering on Gowan as well as Kirby Racing. The 54 coming by to acknowledge that skill there and making a little bit of contact there. Jake Roll doing donuts with the 88 for some reason. Fans continuing to cheer Nick Gowan into the chat, but what a race, what a move. Fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to have top 3 interviews after this one's done. Hold on tight. Vols fan gifting 5 subs to viewers. Way too generous. Thank you, Vols. Fans, sit tight. We're going to have podium interviews in just a moment. Now on the podium with our top 3 finishers, starting with the number 16 of Cole Martin. Cole, great finish there and fantastic way to come home with that bronze medal.
Was killed, and Nick's is stupid fast, so congratulations to him.
You seem to have control of that race for the first half there, man. What happened in that second half?
Well, the first half, I was saving tires decently, but Nick was saving them like crazy and killed us all in the long run. But the second half, I don't know if it was going to work. It probably wasn't, but I was trying to save fuel. And I think I was good 2 laps, but I think they might have caught me after they pitted. So I just fell off there just to see if something would work. But unfortunately, the caution came out.
You still managed to bring it home in third. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Bristol. Congratulations, Cole.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Byron, you've got our second place finisher.
Edward, man, just falling a little bit short, although you were able to grab that silver medal coming in second place.
Oop, I'm on mute. My bad. Yeah. I think a little bit more time, I think I would have been able to get to Nick, but I got stuck in traffic with the fresh tires. We made the right call, which was great. I mean, it's good to get a podium no matter what, so I'm happy with P2. Nick definitely had the better car than I did. I think I was up there with him on short run, but he just beat me on the long run most of the night. So, I mean, that's what happens.
Well, you tried everything you can, just came a little short. You tried to push everything you got within those last few to try to catch the winner, Nicholas Gowan.
Yeah, I tried. It was a lot harder. Like I said, the traffic didn't really play much in my favor. I was expecting more people to pit, knowing the circumstances and possibly having that one set left. And fortunately, only 2 of us, I think, pitted during that stop. And like I said, I think a little bit more time, maybe I would have had something for him if I played the traffic a little bit better. Maybe, but I mean, Nick just had the better car than me tonight. Anyway, P2 is pretty good, so I think it's a good points night for us to begin with.
There you go, second place, Edward Shear being able to grab that silver medal tonight.
Congratulations on that second place finish. And now, before we get with our race winner, Nick Gowan, one more big shout out for the good folks at di9Designs, the Chase Elliott design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Insta at di9Designs, posting graphics on all platforms, on top of taking requests on all types of logos, wallpapers, and iRacing schemes. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use their discount code di9Designs on CircleBSales.com for 20%. For free shipping on all your diecast and merch orders over $20. I've almost got my offers wrong there. But now, with the winner of di9Designs PSES Xfinity Round 9 at Texas, driver of the number 88 U.S. Navy Chevy, Nicky Gowan, you've got the win, baby. Congratulations.
Woo! Thank you. I feel really glad to park in the Navy machine in victory lane tonight. Ed put up a good fight all race. So did Cole, but I think he got some damage, and that kind of set him back a little bit. I don't really know what happened to Reedy there. I mean, I thought we were going to battle it to the end. I think it got loose on the Cole tires on one of those restarts, but very, very happy with the result tonight.
This is your second win of the season, despite having an average finish of 7th, driving a part-time season. When you come to the Xfinity Series, you really seem to just be able to put in good laps and really get the job done. It's gonna make you soar through the points as well. You came in 32nd in points, and as far as I can see, now you're up to 21st with that win. So you're making huge strides here, Nick. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Bristol, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, Rick.
Fans at home, that's going to do it for us tonight. Byron, thanks so much for coming through, man.
Most definitely, like I said, man, I'm sorry, lost track of time, but I was so happy
No
to be able
worries.
to call those last 40 laps with you.
No worries, buddy. Glad to have you here, and thank you so much for the fans that came through at the beginning, were there in the middle, and are here at the end. These streams are possible because of the loyalty and viewership of you fans. Thank you so much. Drop me a DM on Twitter. Let me know what we have to do to make your viewing experience just that much sweeter, and we'll do the best we can. Tomorrow night, right here on Rick James TV, we're going to do the OG Cup Series. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be a thrill. But until then, everybody, please stay safe, take care of each other.